is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm Devon, your favorite sports analyst. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Watch this episode all the way to the end because I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. So, Dwight Howard is back on the scene. He's trying to make his return back to the NBA after playing overseas for quite some time. Man, Dwight Howard's trying to negotiate that deal with OKC because they're clearly having some big man issues. Before I dive into this episode, question for discussion: should OKC consider signing Dwight Howard to help with their big man issues? Man, so anyways, what's really going on with the Thunders? No Chet Holmgren, who has a lack hip fracture, out for 8 to 10 weeks, averaging 16.4 points, 8.7 rebounds, 2 assists, and shooting 50.5% from the field. Isaiah Hardenstein, non-displaced fracture, out for 5 to 6 weeks, basically averaging a double double: 13 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, and shooting 50% from the field. But last but not least, they have a rookie, Brandon Carlson, a rookie out of Utah, who is only playing. That's the only big man they have right now, and the rest of their guys are forwards. So the Thunder's last 6 games, with Chet Holmgren, they're 4-2. And so the thing about OKC is they've been doing good. They beat the Clippers, they beat the Pelicans. High level offense, high energy offense because they're playing small ball. But what you fail to realize is that can't translate to the playoffs. You can go so far in the regular season with small ball, but when it comes to the playoffs, the energy, the mindset, the tempo is totally different in the playoffs. Look at Golden State. They played small ball for a while. When they needed a big man, they end up drafting James Wiseman at one point. And then after that, now he's no longer with them. He's with the Pistons. And so you I don't care what nobody says in the history of the NBA, there were always big men. There was only one dominant big man, and that's Shaq. You had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had Wilt Chamberlain, you had Hakeem Olajuwon. I can go on and on. So with the Thunders in mind, you have one center. You have one big man right now who is a rookie. Chet Holmgren is gonna have to adjust his game and is gonna have to get better and making sure that he is available to play for his team because he's been getting hurt a couple of times, but those injuries are catching up with him. He got to stay healthy. That's the main thing. And so when it comes to that, Dwight Howard, let's talk about Dwight Howard and his history. 3 seasons with the Lakers. He won a championship in the bubble in 2020. And then after that, when the Lakers broke up that championship team, he went to the Sixers for 1 year, played with the Wizards for a year, played with the Hornets for a year, played with the Hawks for a season, played with the Rockets for three, and played 8 seasons with the Magic, a team that he was drafted by. So when we look at a guy of Dwight Howard's caliber, his accolades: all rookie first team in 2005, all defensive second team in 2008. He's a three-time defensive player of the year, four-time all defensive first team, five-time all NBA first team, two-time all NBA third team, and one-time all NBA second team. So as I go to say this, three-time defensive player of the year, a guy who has that energy, who can get down the court, who can give the Thunders those second chance opportunities, a guy who can rebound, a guy who can get buckets, a guy who can cut to the basket, a guy who can set screens, a guy who you throw a lob and he'll catch it. I can see that SGA throwing a lob to Dwight Howard. I can see that happening. Dort throwing it to lob to Dwight Howard, Superman. I can see that happening. But when you get to those times in the game where you need those second chance opportunities, whether it's SGA, they don't have Josh Giddey anymore. So having SGA, having all those other guards for the Thunders who are shooting shots, you got to be able to have a big man under the paint to get that rebound. And also, when it comes to the defense is going to adjust to your scheme. So SGA is going to have moments in the game where he dishes, or either he draws the attention to himself, where he and then dishes out the ball to his teammates, get that big man in the post, back down post move, dunks on him, or hook shot or layup. You know, there's going to be times where SGA or Dort and all these other guards on the Thunder's roster are going to have to play off the ball, or they're going to have to make it to where you have to get those second chance opportunities, because if you take a good shot and it doesn't go in, or it's a shot you need, and then you don't have a big man under the rim, you don't have somebody big enough to get that rebound over the opposing player, or if you're Russell Westbrook who can still get rebounds over big defenders, hey, more power to you, but it's got to change. And last but not least, the history of big men. The only ones I would say, in my opinion, that have succeeded was Steven Adams and Denise Canner, due to Russell Westbrook and his prime and what he had to do. So Nick Collison, a lot of those great players, they have to get it together, because the small ball scheme will only work for a short period of time. It will only go so far until the defense is like, okay, we know what they're doing. Let's break that up. And now you got to come up with a whole nother scheme. OKC, go get Dwight Howard. He has championship experience. He can be a mentor to the guys. He can be a mentor to Chet Holmgren and all these other big men on the Thunder's roster, and he can help that rookie. Dwight Howard is a great defender on the perimeter and in the paint. He can get you buckets. He can set screens. He can do it all. He has he has the experience, and he can stay healthy. Stop playing to get Dwight Howard to OKC. But anyways, that's all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devin, and I'm signing off.
Thanks, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.